The nerve of this prince, firstly to assume that he's entitled to taxpayer-funded protection. At the same time, they've been offered an invite to stay at the royal residence out of the goodness of the king's heart, yet Harry is throwing the toys out of the cot again because he assumes the taxpayer will just pay for him, Christo, even though he's no longer a working royal.
Well done, Harry and Meghan, who once again have seized defeat from the jaws of victory.
Harry's latest security demands have sparked another wave of debate. Many critics argue that despite stepping away from his role as a working royal, he still expects the same level of taxpayer-funded protection that comes with official duties. At the same time, King Charles has reportedly made arrangements for Harry to stay at a royal residence during visits to the UK, offering accommodation that already comes with extensive security. Even so, the discussion continues over whether that level of protection should be enough. It leaves many people asking the same question: what does Harry believe his role is today, and what responsibilities come with it? For many observers, this has become far more than a disagreement over security costs. It has grown into a wider conversation about expectations, tradition, and what should come with stepping away from official royal life. Many people wonder what more could realistically be provided beyond what has already been offered. A stay at a royal residence is about much more than comfortable accommodation.
I'm sorry, but do you know what irritates me about this story is the fact that what does he think will happen if he's in a royal residence? What does he think will happen if he's in a royal residence with the king? Does he think that the king's securities are going to leave all the doors and windows open or put a flag outside saying, come in? Of course he's going to be protected. He's going to be in a royal residence. He's going to be with His Majesty the King. I imagine there'll be a few protection officers around. I imagine, if he's lucky, they'll even send a car to the airport to pick him up. So what does he actually want? What more does he actually want?
They want all the privileges of being senior royals without accepting the reality that they walked away from that role. They quit their jobs.
And I'm so with you.
These locations are protected by experienced security teams and have long been considered among the safest places in the country. Because of that, some commentators struggle to understand why Harry continues to suggest that extra publicly funded protection is necessary. They question why the existing arrangements are portrayed as inadequate when they already include security measures that few people could ever expect to receive. To those following the story, the situation has become increasingly difficult to understand, leading to even more public debate over what is really driving the ongoing disagreement. Questions also continue about exactly what type of additional protection Harry believes he needs. Royal residences have traditionally provided extensive security for those staying there, leading some observers to argue that the offer from King Charles already addresses many of the concerns being raised. Others believe the dispute reflects a broader disagreement over expectations following Harry's decision to step back from official royal duties. Since leaving his role as a working member of the royal family, many feel the privileges connected to that position naturally changed as well. Even so, Harry has continued pursuing additional security arrangements funded by the public, a position that has fueled ongoing discussion. As a result, the gap between Harry and the royal institution appears to have widened even further, with both sides seemingly remaining firm in their positions. For the monarchy, the controversy has become another major talking point.
If you don't want to be part of something, which is your right, the reason you're so unpopular, you couple of chumps, is that you then go away, sign any and every deal which goes against your desire for privacy to sell secrets about the very organisation you apparently want nothing to do. And then when you realise you're out in the cold and you need to start ingratiating yourself, you then want the same benefits, but you're not doing the hard jobs. That doesn't work in any walk of life, Kins, does it?
One well-known royal commentator even described Harry in particularly harsh terms while highlighting what they viewed as a contradiction. Critics have pointed to Harry's repeated emphasis on the importance of his personal security, while also noting that his memoir included detailed accounts of his military service in Afghanistan, including references to encounters involving Taliban fighters. Those disclosures attracted widespread public discussion, with some security experts and commentators expressing concern that sharing operational details could complicate future security considerations. For many observers, that combination has created a difficult question. If security is such a significant concern, why include information that some believe could increase public attention? Whether people agree or disagree, the issue has continued to fuel debate and has added another layer to the ongoing discussions surrounding Harry's relationship with the royal family. Trust between Harry and other members of the royal family also remains a major topic of conversation.
Now, up till this point, Harry has shamelessly leveraged and weaponized access to Archie and Lily in order to get his armed royal protection. Well, Harry now, like a spoiled toddler, has thrown his toys out of the pram when discovering that you are not going to get your armed bodyguard.
Many royal watchers believe that relationship has steadily weakened over the years, making reconciliation increasingly difficult. A key reason often mentioned is the repeated public discussion of private family matters. Conversations that were once expected to remain confidential have later become subjects of books, interviews, and media coverage, leading to even more speculation. As a result, many commentators believe confidence has become much harder to rebuild. Whether that trust can ever be fully restored remains uncertain, but for now, the continuing public attention surrounding private family matters ensures the conversation shows no signs of slowing down. For many people, it's easy to understand why trust has become such a sensitive issue. Private family conversations are generally expected to stay behind closed doors, yet several personal discussions have later become public through books and interviews. That has led many commentators to believe family members may now be far more cautious during any future conversations with Harry. If every private exchange carries the possibility of becoming public later, it naturally creates hesitation. According to many royal observers, this has changed the atmosphere within the family, replacing openness with greater caution and making every interaction feel much more carefully measured. That sense of uncertainty continues to shape public discussion today. Many commentators believe the repeated sharing of personal family matters has made it increasingly difficult for confidential conversations to take place without concern. Against that backdrop, reports suggest Harry is preparing for another visit to the United Kingdom on his own, while maintaining that his children will not travel unless certain security arrangements are in place.
When they last had a private meeting, which was at Prince Philip's funeral, it ended up as the foreword in Spare, the book. When the late Queen Elizabeth died, we literally got details of how he went into her bedroom and sat with her, things that I don't think that the late Queen would have wanted in the public domain. So there's always that risk when he sees his family that it's going to end up being monetized somehow. And I just think that that's incredibly vulgar.
Supporters argue this reflects genuine concerns about safety, while critics view it as part of a broader negotiation surrounding security and official support. Whatever the motivation may be, the decision has added another layer to an already complicated relationship between Harry and the royal family. According to several royal commentators, King Charles is believed to value every opportunity to spend time with his grandchildren, making the situation especially emotional. Because of that, some observers believe Harry's position on travel and security inevitably carries added significance. At the same time, Harry has consistently expressed how important the Invictus Games remain to him. Many believe he sees the event as one of the defining parts of his public work and feels his involvement plays an important role in its continued success. Whether others agree with that assessment or not, it has become another factor in the ongoing discussion. As a result, the situation now combines family relationships, public expectations, and personal priorities in a way that continues to attract widespread attention. Some commentators believe Harry is approaching the situation differently than he has in the past. Rather than relying on emotional public statements, they argue he is now taking a more deliberate approach in hopes of strengthening his position. According to this view, the current dispute is less about dramatic reactions and more about carefully considered decisions intended to influence future discussions.
Guess what? The British taxpayer doesn't fancy paying for their security. Apparently, the spoiled brat, the Duke of Sussex, may well throw his toys out of the pram once again. After announcing his visit to the UK, the Prince later learned that his family will not receive police protection.
Harry, I don't think understands that. I think Harry thinks his dad can go around telling the government to do this, that and the other. And I actually think so stupid that he thought, well, if I tell Dad I'm bringing this back, and then I turn around to him and say, hey, Dad, I've just found out you're not going to give me any gun guards, therefore you're not going to see your grandchildren unless you do something about it.
Whether that interpretation is accurate remains open to debate, but many agree the strategy appears noticeably different from earlier public disagreements. That naturally raises another question. Is this discussion only about security, or could there be other factors involved? Some royal analysts believe the issue may also involve Harry's continuing connection to the royal family and the public profile that comes with it. Even after stepping away from official duties, he remains one of the most recognizable members of the royal family, and that connection continues to generate significant public interest. For many observers, maintaining that association helps keep him central to ongoing conversations about the monarchy. In that sense, they argue the debate extends beyond security alone and also reflects the continuing importance of public perception and personal identity. Many commentators also note that Harry and Meghan's connection to the royal family continues to attract global media attention. Even though their day-to-day lives have changed considerably since stepping back from official royal duties, that royal association remains a significant part of their public profile.
Because he will always be the son of the king, and he did serve in the armed forces. So he'll always be a target for that reason. However, then when he wrote his book, giving away secrets of when he was in the armed forces, thereby making himself more of a target, you just think, well, how stupid do you need to be? And now, coming here, he is coming, he's not coming, he's going to come and he doesn't think he's going to get protection. Of course he'll be protected. It's moronic to think otherwise.
Reports have also suggested that Meghan has limited her travel to the United Kingdom because of ongoing security concerns, leading some analysts to speculate about how that may affect future appearances and professional projects. While those suggestions remain opinions rather than established facts, they have become part of the wider public conversation. Taken together, the debate now stretches far beyond security alone, touching on family relationships, public image, future opportunities, and the continuing challenge of balancing private life with worldwide attention. The discussion surrounding Prince Harry and the royal family continues to raise questions that don't have simple answers. Every new report, every public appearance, and every official statement seems to add another piece to a much larger picture. While opinions remain sharply divided, one thing is clear: this story has grown far beyond a disagreement over security. It has become a conversation about family, responsibility, public expectations, and the lasting impact of decisions made in the public eye.
But is this some big kumbaya moment? I highly doubt it. I don't think that Harry's done anything in the last 6 years to restore the trust that he has damaged between him and his family.
Supporters of Harry argue that anyone in his position would naturally place the safety of their family first. They believe his concerns deserve to be taken seriously, regardless of his current role within the royal family. From that perspective, requesting additional protection is not about status, but about peace of mind. They see a father trying to make what he believes are the best choices for his family while navigating extraordinary circumstances. Others see the situation very differently. Critics point out that stepping away from official royal duties also meant stepping away from certain privileges that came with those responsibilities. In their view, it is difficult to ask for benefits associated with a role that is no longer being carried out. That difference in perspective has fueled years of debate, and neither side appears ready to change its position anytime soon. King Charles also remains at the center of this conversation. Every decision he makes is examined from countless angles, with commentators trying to determine what each move might mean for the future of the monarchy. Some believe he is attempting to balance his responsibilities as king with his role as a father. Others argue that protecting the institution must always come first.
It just feels like they're trying to blackmail the royal family into doing, if you don't, we'll go off in another hissy fit. And this is where it makes me pull my hair out, because I just don't understand it. Because either you're coming here, just get on the plane, get here and try and repair the damage. Yes, you're doing Invictus, Harry. That's important to you. Get on the plane, go and do that.
Whatever the reality may be, it is clear that every choice is closely watched by people around the world. Prince William is also frequently mentioned whenever discussions about the family's future arise. Many royal commentators believe he has remained focused on stability and continuity, emphasizing the long-term future of the monarchy above everything else. Whether those assessments are completely accurate or not, they have become a consistent part of public discussion. As a result, every reported interaction between family members attracts enormous attention. One reason this story continues to dominate headlines is because it combines several powerful themes at once. It involves family relationships, public duty, worldwide media attention, and personal choices, all unfolding under an extraordinary level of public scrutiny. Very few families experience disagreements in front of millions of people. For the royal family, however, nearly every development becomes international news within hours. That constant attention makes even ordinary events seem much larger than they might otherwise appear. A meeting, a phone call, a public appearance, or even the absence of one can quickly become the subject of widespread discussion.
This isn't about safety. This is not about protection. This is about Harry's ego. He wants to arrive in the UK and be the main man. He wants to be the head of a rival court. He wants the cop cars. He wants the blue sirens. He wants the police outriders, the whistles, the helicopters, the SWAT team. He wants it all.
Analysts, commentators, and royal experts often reach completely different conclusions based on the same information, which only keeps the debate alive. Public opinion has also evolved over time. Years ago, many people viewed Harry primarily through the lens of his earlier public role and military service. Today, conversations often focus instead on his more recent decisions, interviews, and public projects. That shift doesn't mean everyone agrees, but it does highlight how quickly public perception can change. At the same time, many observers believe it is important to remember that public figures are often viewed through incomplete information. Headlines rarely capture every conversation happening behind closed doors. Official statements typically reveal only part of the picture, leaving room for speculation that can quickly spread across social media and news coverage. This is why many reports should be viewed carefully. Not every claim eventually proves accurate, and not every rumor reflects reality. In stories involving high-profile public figures, patience is often just as important as curiosity.
They did their deals with Spotify and Netflix. They produced their series. Everything really is a bust now. Spotify's off the table. Netflix have downgraded them. Meghan's business, the lifestyle business, selling jams and so forth, really is not doing very well. So yes, there is also, cynics would say they failed.
Facts sometimes emerge much later, after the first wave of headlines has already shaped public opinion. Another interesting aspect of this ongoing story is how differently people interpret the same events. Some see determination, others see stubbornness. Some view certain decisions as understandable, while others see those same choices as unnecessary. These different perspectives explain why discussions surrounding the royal family remain so active across television, newspapers, podcasts, and online platforms. The monarchy itself has also experienced tremendous change over the years. Every generation faces different challenges, different public expectations, and different ways of communicating with the public. Social media has transformed how information spreads, making it possible for stories to reach millions of people almost instantly. That faster news cycle often leaves little time for reflection before opinions are formed. Because of that, every public figure faces enormous pressure to manage both reality and perception. Sometimes those two things align, other times they do not. When they move in different directions, misunderstandings can grow quickly, creating even more debate than the original issue itself. Whether people support Harry or disagree with his approach, most can agree on one point. This story has become one of the defining royal discussions of recent years. It has sparked countless interviews, documentaries, articles, and conversations around the world. Each new chapter generates fresh questions rather than final answers.
He's kind of just playing around with other people's lives, as you say, as part of his own psychodrama and painting himself as some sort of victim. I mean, I think people's patience has finally run out with him and his wife.
Many people also wonder whether time could eventually soften some of the tensions that currently exist. History has shown that family relationships can change in unexpected ways. Disagreements that once appeared impossible to overcome have sometimes eased with patience, communication, and changing circumstances. Whether that will happen here remains unknown, but it is certainly something many people continue to watch closely. Others believe that rebuilding trust takes much longer than repairing public disagreements. Once confidence has been damaged, restoring it can require consistent actions over an extended period. That challenge is likely even greater when every development unfolds under constant international attention. Looking ahead, upcoming royal events will almost certainly continue attracting worldwide interest. Every appearance by senior members of the royal family will be examined for possible signs of change. Every reported meeting or lack of one will likely generate another wave of headlines. Until there is a clearer sense of where these relationships stand, public curiosity is unlikely to fade. For Harry, the months ahead may present important opportunities to shape how people view his future. For King Charles, the balance between family and duty will continue to remain a major topic of discussion. For Prince William, attention will likely stay focused on the long-term future of the monarchy and how the institution continues adapting to changing times. No matter where someone stands on these issues, it is difficult to deny that the story remains fascinating because it touches on experiences many people understand. Families disagree, expectations change, relationships evolve. The difference here is that these moments unfold before a global audience rather than in private. As always, separating confirmed information from speculation remains important. Public discussion often moves much faster than verified facts, and that is especially true when well-known public figures are involved. Taking a balanced view allows people to consider different perspectives without rushing to conclusions based solely on early reports or commentary. In the end, only those directly involved truly know every detail behind the headlines. The public sees individual moments, official statements, and media reports, but the full picture almost certainly includes conversations and considerations that remain private. That reality makes it difficult for anyone outside the family to know exactly how events will unfold. One thing does seem certain, however: interest in the royal family is not disappearing anytime soon. Every new development continues to capture worldwide attention, proving that the monarchy remains one of the most closely followed institutions anywhere in the world. Whether future chapters bring reconciliation, continued distance, or something entirely unexpected, millions of people will undoubtedly continue following the story. Now it's your turn to join the conversation. What do you think about everything we've discussed today? Do you believe the ongoing debate is mainly about security, or do you think larger issues have shaped the relationship between Harry and the royal family over the years? We genuinely love to hear your perspective, so let everyone know what you think in the comments below. If you enjoyed this deep dive and want to stay updated on the latest royal stories and major developments, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and share this video with friends and family who enjoy following royal news. Your support truly helps us continue bringing you thoughtful discussions and in-depth coverage of the biggest stories making headlines. Thanks so much for watching, take care, and we'll see you in the next video.